guys, welcome to C2L. My name is Tom.
I'm Kalpa.
And this is Chennai to Lagos. So today is a very interesting video. As you can see from the title, we're going to be having,
some deep story time.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. And disclaimer, if we know you, if you're a family, kindly just wait till next week. This is not for you.
Yeah,
so
please leave.
We'll give you a moment.
A few moments later.
All right, yes. So, what are we talking about?
So, are you guys still there?
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
We said you should leave, guys.
Please leave.
Just kindly. Yeah.
Family. Bye.
Peace out. Peace. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
12 seconds later.
All right. So, okay, you're still here. It's fine. Then this is at your
own
expense.
Don't come asking us questions about this episode later.
Enjoy it. Sit down and enjoy it.
Yeah, and be awkward about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what are we talking about?
So, as the title indicates, today is story time, and we're talking about why we decided to wait until marriage.
Before we ate our first shawarma.
Yeah, before we took that slice of that cake, that amazing, beautiful
I didn't know
cake.
you were using a pun for that.
It's cake. Cake is life.
Yes. So this video is very interesting because, it's something that I guess people, a lot of questions people have had about our relationship.
Yeah.
And we just felt like it's important to use this as an opportunity to kind of put a few things out there. So,
and be honest with you guys as well.
Can know exactly what the truth is about our relationship.
So basically, as the title reads, we are waiting until marriage to have sex.
You're saying like the number 6. To have six kids? Yeah, 7 kids.
No, just as brutally honest as you can be.
Yeah. And I think to understand why we made this decision, you have to kind of go back to like early in our relationship. So 4 years ago, and in all honesty, in the beginning, we were not perfect. But then I had an encounter. I had a moment. It was a moment in my life where I was, I was trying to have a relationship with God, like a proper one, but I was trying to, but there was a disconnect. But God found me along the way, and I think what really just stood up in my heart was I started to understand the fact that me and Kalpa, this was not a normal relationship, right? This was something that we wanted to see to the end. This was somebody who I was planning would eventually become my wife. And what I started to see was that, the way God designed marriage, like the highest form of intimacy is sex between, the two people, right? And it's something that they share between themselves, no one else. It's a very, very special thing, and it's a gift, right? So I started to see that, imagine Christmas. You have a kid and you put a present outside, and on the 20th, they go and they open up presents. How will you feel as a parent? So it sounds like it's a very funny, analogy, I guess, but that's really how I saw it. I started to realize that, it's more special when you have it at the right time. That was the foundation of this journey. And how did it happen?
So it started, I think, like 6 months into our relationship,
Or a bit earlier,
more or less, yeah. And Tom basically just came and told me this particular journey he's been on and the effect it's had on him, and the kind of relationship he wanted to build with me going forward. So we had to make a few decisions at that point on the future of our relationship and the nature of our relationship. And so that's kind of how we got into this renewed sense of what we were.
And an important point. So yes, it was a faith decision that really made it. That was my own approach. But you see, remember you were telling me that from your point of view at that particular time, it wasn't faith-based.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't faith-based. Not that I didn't have faith in God or something like that, but I wasn't on that journey with him, right? I was on my own level of journey with God. So the way I could see it from my lens, I could only see it from a cultural point of view. And, you know, just taking into the Indian culture, the fact that I was brought up in an Indian home, this is kind of normal. That sequence of girl meets boy, boy meets girl, parents get involved in the conversations, they get married, then everything else happens after marriage. Anything before that is kind of not really allowed in an Indian home, obviously, and it's not encouraged, something of that sort. Yeah.
So I think that was when our relationship honestly really began to take a turn. Like in the beginning, it's not like we were a bunch of our relationship from the beginning, even before, we had a lot of boundaries, and it was a very, modest relationship.
Yeah, and you should understand that we were friends before we got into relationships. So even when we were in a relationship, it wasn't like I was seeing him as this different kind of Tom. Like he was my friend Tom. So it was still like we had a few boundaries, and we were always seeing each other as friends. Yeah.
And I think like in the beginning, that was really when it turned around, because before that, I think that was a move that kind of solidified our relationship. And it's really the foundation that has brought us to where we are today, because in all honesty, we were on a place, it's like we were like in a limbo of sorts, like this is a beautiful relationship, I'm attracted to him, he's attracted to me, oh yeah, this is meant to be kind of thing. We were relationship goals.
But we never really attacked the deep questions that were there between us. Is this even possible? Questions like that. Can we fight for this? If we wanted to fight for it, is it worth it? Questions like that. And we were pretty young, so we needed that decision to come in to force us into having that kind of a conversation.
Exactly. And since that point in time, everything just built off from there. And you see, back to the title, obviously, yes, eventually as time went on, you had your own journey, and our foundation for that decision was both mutually from a faith point of view. But it doesn't end there. Like, I think one of the things that I've seen in these past 4 years is that because in a relationship, like, sex is the highest form of intimacy, it kind of, that decision to, wait for that day where we actually get married, what it did for us is that it put us in a place where we had to kind of excite each other in different ways. And I think our relationship as friends, as just partners, solidified, just the things we were able to start doing together, intellectually, the projects. Like, honestly speaking, some people might be looking at like, yo, this is crazy. What are you talking about, man? You ain't doing that, bro. You ain't doing that, But the truth is this, like, in all honesty, it has made this relationship so special. And that when you eventually, cross that line, it's going to be so beautiful, because we've been able to build. Just think about that. 4 years you're building with a person on, every other level except that, and you're just waiting for that gift at the end. So I think for me, why to be honest, we waited, from a very non-religious point of view, is that, it was the best thing for us, because we were able to see each other for who we were. We're able to kind of grow up, we had to ask now some questions, and we had to start, doing things and really looking at our relationship from a very mature point of view and trying to see the bigger picture. And because of all of that, look at where we are now. We are about to get there. So honestly, it all worked out, and our relationship was able to build a foundation for where we are now, and I wouldn't change anything.
What were you gonna say?
So that is the reason, how many reasons have I given? Basically a couple of reasons why we decided to wait. And I think it's also important that we did this video, and why we're doing this video is because I know that because you're always seeing us together, there are a lot of questions. People probably don't understand. Where are we? Are you guys married? Are you about to get married? What's the situation? And especially as we get to this new phase, we're going to be doing a lot more vlogs and videos. So we just wanted to kind of clear the air a bit
and create some context.
Exactly, context, so people don't
misjudge the relationship, misjudge our intentions as well. Yeah,
it's basically just so you guys understand it. And again, these decisions and this whole story was our decision, but I just felt it's important we put that out there. Just so we don't get it twisted.
Yeah. So let's reference back to the time when we made a video where we referenced
the Q&A.
The Q&A, right? Yeah, where we talked about me snoring.
Oh no, that was the why do some who's most likely to challenge.
Yeah. So we talked about who snores the most, and it was me. And it kind of looked like there was a gentleman, I think, who asked us in the comments, are you guys married? Are you guys staying together? There's a lot of questions out there which we didn't write in the comments, but we're answering kind of here. Yes, we live together, but we live with Tom's parents, essentially.
Yeah.
So if you remember, again referencing back to our previous videos, this was now Q&A part 2.
Yeah.
You'll see that there was a part I got very emotional about how there were a lot of issues going on in my family, and Tom's family came through, and they really, they became like a really big support for me back then, and they still are. So at that very point, I wasn't doing so well emotionally and mentally, and so Tom's parents felt that I could move in and just be under their care, under their mentorship for a while, so that until I get on my feet, basically. Yeah, and that just extended because we were just one big happy family, essentially. But I stay in Tom's sister's room. We share a room with her, and then he obviously has his own room. So I think it all just connects. The dots connect. We live under the same roof.
Yeah.
Obviously, parents are around. Siblings are around. We do not, we're waiting, like we mentioned. And no, we're not married. So it's a very interesting setup, modern and traditional. But
modern and that's actually
modern and traditional. It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm really blessed to have that because, staying with someone's parents and their family and getting along even before you're married is such a great thing. I'm not crying. There's something in my eye. What's in my eye? Is it an eyelash?
I can't see anything. Yes, guys, so I think this provides a bit of context. And again, the reason no one forced us to do this, obviously, but we just felt it's important, you understand that. And so because of the new things that are about to happen, we wanted to kind of set the foundation. After the whole pandemic and, 2020, there's some decisions that life decisions that we are basically making, and obviously besides the marriage, one of the major ones is I will be relocating. We'll be setting up our foundation base in Kilifi. It's a coastal part of Kenya, the most beautiful place in Kenya, and it's been a childhood place. I've grown up here, and so especially with the fact that now we can do a lot of things online, our lives can continue. We both felt that this would be a great place. So I will be in the process of looking for our house. So I will obviously move in there first, and like dogs do, how dogs go around peeing everywhere, marking their territory and stuff. Basically just set it up, and then after
so weird.
After, I'm just thinking about I couldn't think of any other example. Like territory, a territory thing. Anyway, point is, I can, try and put a few things there before she gets there, and hopefully they won't be removed. Point is, so I will be moving in a few, so we will document a bit of that, and the goal is that it's going to eventually be the house that we will move into,
When we get married.
after the marriage thing. So when you see us house hunting, you understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she will still be with the fam, and yeah, that's happening. And at least with this, it becomes easier to do a lot of vlogs and other things because I think you guys will understand why we are in Kilifi. And yeah, you kind of put two and two together. So yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. And yeah, you're gonna have a lot more wedding updates and stuff. But
Yeah.
we really look forward to putting out content and keeping you guys in the loop, and just so you can see the exciting things that lie in store. So yeah, I think that is it.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us for another story time. I know this is not the kind of story time you were expecting, but
Yeah.
we felt it was important. Yeah, and
Again, this was our decision,
of course, exactly, yeah.
and it's not meant to.
Yo, I ain't coming here to come out
somebody-
here. You know what?
yeah.
I ain't coming here to preach to you. I'm just letting you know why it worked for us. If it's something that you can apply in your life, if it's something
Whatever
that you
part
can
of
use,
it.
please, yeah. At the end of the day, we found benefit in it. It's actually helped our relationship. So, yo, who knows? It might happen to you as well. So, with that said, thank you guys. This has been interesting one.
Yeah.
We're now that couple. Imagine on YouTube just
Dishing
breaking
out
all the secrets. My
all
God.
the stories.
Dirty
That's
laundry.
crazy. That's
Jesus.
crazy. But maybe it was the good thing about it was like when I did tell my mom. So weird. I had to tell my mom about this decision. She was so relieved. She was like,
yeah,
"Oh, that's so good. Such a good boy." I'm like, "And me?" And she's like, "No, I know you, but he's a good boy." So it really set
I'm a good
an
boy.
amazing precedent for Tom with my mom.
Yeah. All right, guys. So once again, thanks for keeping it locked. Like, subscribe, click that notification bell so you can get updates. We'll be doing a lot of interesting stuff this year. We're gonna do a lot more vlogs and a lot
Yeah.
more stuff. And yeah, it's gonna get really interesting and fun as we start preparing for the wedding, which is gonna be this year. So yes. With that said, take care, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.
Bye.
So yes, as okay. So basically, as